So real fast, I just wanted to start the Zoom because I'm going to be rebalancing my portfolio. I've considered it, and I think it's a smart decision right now. Um, just because I've realized that my pools that I'm in, one of the pools that I'm in on Velodrome, is offering a lot less percent in terms of APR via a position that I could get in an aerodrome. And so I want to kind of talk through that, why I'm making the decision to do this. And then at the same time, when's the proper time to make the decision to do this? Okay. Because you don't want to be shifting money around because you're indecisive, because you're uncertain, because you're in impermanent loss, right? You don't want to bring emotions to the table. You want to make strategic investments. And I feel like the things that are giving me the green light to do this are the original pool that I was in is not in an impermanent loss. So I'm not losing any money moving this money around. The pool that I was in initially, this one, particularly here on Velodrome. So you can see on my spreadsheet, this is where it's important to pay attention. You can see in my spreadsheet when I initially entered this information in, here's the Velodrome pool right here. You can see that it was making me 398% APR, which is about $65 a day with $5,862 via the total pool value. Well, right now that has now changed. It's throttled down significantly. And I'm going to show you something else that I paid attention to because in your investing career, you can possibly use this too to shift things around. Again, it's not financial advice. But remember, our goal here as DeFi investors, at least my goal, I'm trying to build my portfolio to 50,000. I started it with 10. And so I'm trying to do that at a rapid pace. So that way I can take that 50 grand and I can put it into blue chip pools, pools that aren't offering 400%. I'm ready to take that 50,000 and just put it into a nice blue chip pool that's offering 80 to 100% and just chill off that. But to get to that, I'm dabbling into these pools that are offering higher percentages to hurry up and scale this portfolio. And so right now I see the opportunity because this pool that I'm in has throttled down. Let me mute you guys. Because this pool that I'm in is throttled down, where you can clearly see the token wrapped ETH pool on Velodrome is now only offering 174% APR as of time of recording this video. And so when I started this pool, it was giving me 398. So it's throttled down quite significantly. And I was curious why. So I went and I looked at the charts, and we can see just looking at the DEX screener chart. Okay, this is let me just share my single screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. We can see looking at this is token wrapped ETH on Aerodrome, right? Dex Screener is another kind of like trading view platform, but it's primarily built for DeFi. You know, you can't go and see the token wrapped ETH trading pair on TradingView, and so I opened up Dex Screener. You can see it on there, but we can see clearly that token wrapped ETH freaking tanked the entirety of the week. And so that's why I'm assuming that the APRs are throttled down, right? Because people are selling their positions on token wrapped ETH. And so noticing that, I started looking last night for some better opportunities. I even sent this opportunity to you guys in the DeFi chat, which is why it's important to be a part of both the DeFi University and the Discord, right? It's an extra added service. It gives you extra perks. And so in the Discord, I typed this out for you guys last night because I came across this opportunity as I was looking to shift my pool, shift my position. Let me pull that up real quick. And I came across this pair, Wrapped ETH Klima on Aerodrome offering 401% APR. And I mentioned to you guys in the chat last night that if the APRs didn't throttle down overnight, I was going to monitor them for 24 hours. Again, this is tying into not making an emotional and irrational decision on the spot and really just kind of zooming out. So I said, if in 24 hours, the APRs haven't throttled down, I'm going to look to transition my liquidity from Velodrome over to Aerodrome to, again, get a higher APR than freaking 200%, which is what I'm looking for right now based on my risk tolerance and based on how I'm trying to accelerate the growth of this portfolio to 50 grand by the end of the year. Okay. So I typed this out for you guys. I did some research on I call it Klimana. I don't know how to say it properly. Klima. It's actually pretty cool when you look into it. They have a lot to do with digital carbon credits and tokenization and whatnot. And so there's some actual utility behind it. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but I'm not just like, oh, it's I'm just going to switch over because it's offering higher percent. I actually went, I read the white paper, I read the website, and saw that there's some significant value possibly long term from this. I'm not solidifying that. It's just I'm not randomly shifting over because of higher APRs. That's what I want you guys to make sure you are doing yourself, right? You're not just jumping into something. There's healthy TVL locked on the pool. So if we come over here, I'll just search that pool real quick just to show you guys the difference because the TVL is a lot healthier. There's a lot more trading fees. The APR is higher, so it just makes sense for me to do this. So if we go, okay, so both wrapped ETH Klima and USDC Klima are offering 360% APR. Now, I noticed that it did throttle down slightly, right? So you can see in the chat last night when I typed this out for you guys, the APR was 401%. However, it's not anything too significant. It's not hundreds of percents in terms of change from, example, the Velodrome pool that I was in, where this was a 398% APR. Now it's throttled down to 174. This one's still operating above the 300s. And if we go look at the trading view charts, or sorry, excuse me, the deck screener charts, you can see here that Klima wrapped ETH is actually in an uptrend against wrapped ETH, right? So just kind of doing a TA analysis and seeing that right now, token's kind of in a downtrend. Klima is kind of more so in an uptrend in a bullish, environment. And so my position is not an impermanent loss. So I'm like, okay, well, why not for the next couple of days switch over to this pool that's going to earn me, 50, I don't know, some odd dollars a day. Let's just look at that on the on the DeFi tracker. Okay. Because it just makes more sense, right? We're again trying to earn fees. We're trying to, I'm not trying to sit back right now. I'm trying to accelerate and grow my account. So that way, if regulations do come in and throttle down all these APRs, which is what I think is going to happen in the next year, I want to have enough capital to still make a significant amount of passive income by the time that happens, anywhere between, $50 to $100,000. I'm probably going to do 50 first, and we're going to hold the $50,000 line for a couple of, weeks or months or whatever. And then I'll start the road to $100,000. But that $50,000 threshold is my initial, entry into DeFi hardcore, right? So just looking at the spreadsheet real quick, if I were to just change this, okay, this is the pool that I'm looking to change, right? The Velodrome. So let's just play with some numbers. So right now, looking at the daily, I was previously making 68 bucks per day. Right now, with the throttle down at 174, I'm only making 28 bucks per day, which is cool. That's still a lot of money per day. But again, looking at the value that I invested, 5,300, the value of my pool is actually worth more, but I'm making less. So there's no impermanent loss here. But again, our goal is to earn fees. And so if I was to put this capital, again, not at a loss, I would not be doing this if I was in impermanent loss. Like if my position was down, I would hold the line and I would attempt to hold the position till at least, came above my impermanent loss level, which will be 5,300. But because I'm not, I'm thinking of moving this capital where I could be earning 360% APR, i.e. 59 bucks a day. So almost double, right? Almost double what I'm making now per day. So for me, it just makes sense. I wanted to go over this with you guys. Again, just trying to be transparent with you all to show you how I'm going to turn what I started with 10 grand into 50K. And you can see it's already worth 24,000 bucks. And so I've done this before. I did this where the Velodrome pool that I was in Turbo. So remember, I don't know if you guys remember the first video I made for you all, but I originally started out in Turbos and Aerodrome. And then when I saw this pool, my Turbos pool was offering me starting out at like 290% APR. It throttled down to like 80% APR. And I was like, what the heck? I'm not about that. I'm trying to grow this portfolio. So I went, did some research, saw the Velodrome token wrapped ETH pool. And I was like, dang, okay, it was offering me 398%. And it offered me 398% for a week. And I was cool with that. Great. Made $1,000 off of it. Right. Now it's throttling down, and I'm going to continue this momentum by doing research, finding positions, moving my capital around, and staying active to earn this passive income with a strategy and not just, oh, I'm just going to plug money in, sit back and relax. I'm going to be a leader in this community and show you guys that if you're active, if you put in the elbow grease, if you're not scared to move stuff around and you pay attention to the percentages, you can move this capital around effectively and efficiently. And so, I'm not telling you guys financial advice. I'm just showing you all why I'm moving to this pool, so on and so forth. And I'll come back to this in a couple days. I'll check my portfolio each evening. And if things throttle down, if things start to shift, if this one starts to throttle down, I'll look for other ones and so on and so forth. And so right now, my goal, and just to tell you guys right off the bat, is to stay in pools that offer more than 200% APR. So that's my goal right now. Okay. So until I get to 50K, my goal right now is to stay in pools that offer, you know, more than 250% APR. But if I can get 200 and keep that, then I'm fine. And so, you can see the pools that I'm in right now, virtual wrapped ETH, it's a little low on the low end, 244, but I like the virtual project. I've actually been participating in some of their podcasts on the X space. They're really cool and I like their vision. So I'm going to stay in that one because I believe in that long term. Again, not financial advice, just do your own research. This one's making 244 per month. I'm okay with that. If that does end up throttling down below 200, I'd give it till about 150. If it goes below 150, I'm gonna pop out of that one. Wells Arrow. Wells is also a pretty cool, project. Read up on that. It's still offering me above 300 for now, so that's fine. If that starts to throttle down towards 250 and below, again, I'll adjust. And then the wrapped ETH token on Aerodrome is still offering me close to 300, so I'm cool with that for now. So yeah, again, I'm just trying to talk to you guys, converge and visualize my strategy. So again, it's not to mimic it, but it's just to show you guys because in 3-4 months from now, when my portfolio is sitting at $30,000 plus, um, you guys are just going to see how I'm doing that. All right. So